Ooh. Thousands of dollars we spent for that opening, everybody. Thousands of dollars. That's what that
No,
opening
we need to
cost.
change the graphics on the back.
We need, because since we took so much time off and now that we're back, I think we just need to revamp with a new logo. Uh,
I agree.
so, any of y'all watching, if you got any ideas, you send them to us on the social medias because we're looking for a new logo. What's up, everybody? Though it's me, Big Ace. It is the Brisco and Big Ace show. Of course, there's my buddy Wes. How you doing, sir?
Gang, just chilling.
Just chilling. It's was a big week in wrestling, Wes. Of course, you know this. It was WrestleMania week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we kinda, I think, on our last episode talked a little bit about it, but I don't
Yeah, we
remember.
talked about some of the matches we were looking forward to watching, and it's crazy some of the turnouts. Like, I thought the best match, one of the best matches, was Ray and his son. That was one of the matches. I didn't watch WrestleMania at all. I just watched bits and pieces of the people that I knew that would probably have really good matches.
Right.
Like, I don't have time. I got a job and stuff, so I ain't got time to like watch all that stuff. But I did get to catch certain matches that I was looking forward to watching, and that was one of them. Was Ray and the Sun. It was good storytelling.
Yeah, which is hilarious because everybody hates Dominic. Like before all of this, like no one liked him, Wes. It was kind of like, he's just not that good. It's not working. It's not clicking. That, and we all knew it was going to lead to him and Ray going against each other. But then, like, he did the Judgment Day thing, and it was still kind of like, But then he got with Rhea Ripley, and she's like, I made him a man. And then that's where it was like, okay. But when they did the house visit on Thanksgiving, I think they did it for like WWE's websites, and they like crashed the Mysterio Thanksgiving, and he ends up like beating the crap out of Ray, and then gets put in jail for the night. And then like it's classic Wes when you watch this because like they're putting Dom in the cop car and he's yelling at Rhea like, mommy, bail me out. I'm not gonna make it in prison. Uh Fast forward to the next time we see him, he's now prison Dom. Kind of like The Office where it was prison Mike. Where all of a sudden he's talking about like I did hard time, homie. Like, like I'm not scared of anything. And now it's like then started to really pick up steam. And that's where the heat, man. He's always gotten heat, but that's where it came. And I said this going into WrestleMania weekend. I was like, that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to. And Ray won, but to me, I think Dom needed to win more. And I think you could have really solidified him as a heel and as a superstar finally.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't. I didn't like the finish of that.
yeah.
And then another great match, believe it or not. Some of the spots. Got to give it up to Logan Paul.
Right?
Got to give it up to Logan Paul. I mean, holy moly, that dude, man. I mean, you can't say nothing negative, and you can't rip him on anything because fuck, he put it all out there, and he did some difficult spots. It wasn't like Seth was full. Seth was fully leading, but you could tell that Logan was definitely able to keep up with Seth's leading and being able to elevate the match to actually a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Him and like McAfee have been able to just come into the world of WWE and impress every time they touch the ring. Uh
I mean,
yeah.
there's multiple people that's done that. Kurt Angle,
Yeah,
Brock.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can list tons of people that just have it. That you know, some people just got it, and some people don't. That's
Yeah, it's like Triple H said. He's like, those guys have no business being this good at what we do. And it was a phenomenal match. And Seth, I mean, it's cool to see how far Seth's gone. You know what I mean? Like he really is that good.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see.
He was
So,
at LCW when I was there. I was there before him.
oh, okay. Yeah, good old Iowa boy up there too. I've gotten lucky enough to work with some of the people that have come out of his school. They're a great town. He's training over there in Davenport. So
Yeah.
I think it's in Davenport. I don't remember. I'm gonna pull up the card from night one though. Let me get it up here. Night one. So Austin Theory beat John Cena. Had to happen. Got to make the young man get that brush. Is it John Cena's last match? That's what everybody wants to know.
To be honest with you, both of those don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, kind of, right?
I mean, honestly, I give two. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't even care to talk about it.
They had a fatal 4-way tag match. The Street Profits win. Street Profits, great tag team match. I'm a big Dawkins fan. I think that guy's just athletic as all hell. Montez can do some crazy stuff too. I think it's time to see them split up though. I want to see them two get some solo runs. I think Dawkins is like a freight train, dude. I think it would be fun, and he did. He like took some people out in that match. So we already talked about Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, but again, just great. KSI getting pulled in the prime bottle, taking that frog splash off the top rope. Becky Lynch with Trish Stratus and Lita defeated Damage Control. All the ladies looking top notch in this match. Good to see Lita and Trish at it and like still doing great.
Yeah.
You know, um, rumor is Trish has pitched the idea to stay through SummerSlam and turn on Becky Lynch now. Who knows if it is getting getting the go ahead to do it or what? But
That'd be cool.
it's been a long time since we've seen a heel Trish Stratus, and oh boy, if you don't remember that, check it out because she was one hell of a heel. Man, and you could have took her to prom. Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Rhea Ripley becomes the new women's champion, beating Charlotte Flair. Had to happen too, because right, Charlotte's going to have a longer title streak than her dad, right? Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So I think she's at 14, I think now. So 2 more, and she'll get that. This main event was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the Usos. Great match. Great main event. Great. And like Kevin Owens said in the press conference after the match, and he's like, not that people don't take the Usos serious, but I think people forgot to put, that much respect on their name though, because he's like, you have to give it up to them for what we did tonight. Those couldn't have happened with another team. And that is, I mean, Jimmy and Jay are just so flipping good, dude. So like the story that they told the 4 of these guys, well, put it on just a badass match. And then they have the best buddies who, really made their name in PWG.
I was their first match in FCW at their
Are
tryout.
you serious?
Their tryout match was against me and I forgot who else.
The Usos?
Yeah. I forgot who my tag partner was, but it was against the Usos for their tryout match.
That's crazy. And now they're legendary, bro. Like it was good, dude, and it's cool to see those guys get that match, get the titles. It's always a fun when there's an element of the real world into these matches and these stories for WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is the grandest stage. So it was cool to see these guys who are like legit real friends, have been friends, best men in each other's wedding, all this stuff to get those titles together on that stage. Little PWG throw out on their shorts there too, where they kind of really made their name before ROH. So that was very, very, very cool. And that was night one. I mean, did we need the fatal 4-way tag match? Not really, but it happened. So it was overall though a decent night. It was a good show. I wasn't upset at all. I'm trying to find night 2. Um, and like you said, we had some memorable moments.
Yeah.
Logan Paul flying to the ring, by the way, flying to the ring on his birthday, and and on a mic, talking the whole way down, uh, which is classic. You know what I mean? And then again, that tag match. That's just that's moments. You know what I mean? All right, let's get night 2 up here. There we go. So this was the lead off, and I'm guessing it's because Brock just wanted to fly home right away. Brock versus Amos was the first match on night 2. Uh, it was what you expected. A little more time than they would have got if they did it on like Raw because it's WrestleMania, but still not a long match, and he squashed Amos. It's sad, dude. It's sad because like this Amos guy has the look. He's 7 feet, like whatever, just a monster. But he ain't gotten like some of the basic skills down even yet. You know what I mean? And it's just I'd like to know what made Brock say no to working with Bray Wyatt, which is why this match happened. I'd like to know why that happened. Good call again, because Bray ended up not being on the Mania card. Could pop up tonight though. He was in LA. He was spotted.
Yeah, but maybe there was a reason for that. I don't think maybe Brock said no. Maybe there was a reason for him not to be at me. You
Yeah,
know, that it could have been, it could have been easily as maybe he had a little, maybe got hurt or maybe something was wrong. And he could, you know what I mean? You just
yeah,
don't know. Like,
yeah. I would have loved to see them pair him up with Gunther for the Intercontinental title. I think
mhm.
that would have been an amazing Mania match. But we got Gunther in amazing match on night 2, anyways. But Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, they win the women's fatal 4-way, which again, you have a tag title division in WWE, but you only have maybe 2 actual tag teams. The rest are all just singles that you're throwing together. Was it Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez? I think you had Sonya Deville with Chelsea Green. I mean, just odd pairings. You know what I mean? All to just have Ronda Rousey on the card. I mean, let's be honest, right? That's all that was.
I didn't even know she was on the card.
Yeah, and that's all that was, is to get her on the card. But then we get to the match Gunther, Sheamus, McIntyre. Now, you said you watched a few. Did you watch anything from this one?
No.
Holy hell. Especially because your boys with 2 of these guys, you need to watch this match. Chop City, first of all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And just, it was a fight, dude. It was so good. So good. All of it. Oh, you would like it. You would like it. Gunther retains the IC title. Again, just a great match. All 3 of them beat the hell at the end. Oh, it was good. Bianca Belair defeated Asuka. She remains women's title. I was just bummed Alexa Bliss wasn't on the Mania card. I think she should be champion, but whatever.
Hmm.
And then we had it's the McMahon curse, right? It's the McMahon curse. We get Snoop Dogg, who's also the host with The Miz of WrestleMania, in the ring. And I don't know if you saw, but on night 1, Wes, Miz and Snoop were doing their little thing, and Snoop's like, "Man, I can't believe you're not having a match on WrestleMania." And Miz is like, "Oh, I put a WrestleMania challenge out there, but no one was willing to step up to the challenge." All this shit, and that's when
Yeah.
Pat McAfee comes down. He's like, "I didn't hear no challenge. I'm here." And
Yeah.
Snoop makes the match. He gets beat up. George Kittle from the San Francisco 49ers clotheslines him. One of those just, gimmicky moments, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So night 2, they do the same thing. And like this time, Miz is like, no, 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 don't put me in a match. Don't put me in a match, Snoop. And Snoop's like, I think we're going to do it. And like he goes, it's going to be you against this guy. And then all of a sudden, Shane McMahon's music hits. Here comes the money. Get to the ring, 2 moves in, Shane blows his quad.
Oh, no.
Ruins the segment. They have to call an audible, and it ends up being Snoop Dogg does like which I think he was going to do this anyways, but I don't think Shane was supposed to get hurt second move in. There was supposed to be more to Shane doing shit in there with the Miz, and it didn't happen. So Snoop Dogg had to like impromptu like beat up Miz and pin him and win, and they didn't even show Shane at all because he blown quad. They had to carry his ass out. 2 moves.
Crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
I mean, I don't like to laugh at people getting injured, but I mean, when you heard what it was, instantly, I was like, oh man, remember when his dad came out at the Rumble and hopped in and blew both his quads out and couldn't stand? It's
That's
like
insane.
it's the McMahon curse, man. Those quads are cursed forever.
Yeah.
Steph better not get crazy.
Well, they don't have to worry about it. They sold the company.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that after we go through the Mania card. They indeed.
They're on Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, we're almost done though. Edge, Finn Balor, Hell in the Cell, badass.
That was a good one.
That was good. I liked Edge's whole entrance thing too that he had going, and it's always fun when Balor's the demon. And then, Roman Reigns takes on Cody Rhodes with a great match. But man, here's the deal: I'm not mad. We talked about it last week, and I talked about how important it was that they put Cody over. It's still going to happen. It didn't have to happen at Mania, him winning that title eventually. But man, would have made that story sweeter, and the opportunity was there.
I mean,
I'll tell you,
if they keep going with the storyline and keep them together, and he wins at SummerSlam, then it'll mean something just because of the picture that they'll show of him sitting in the ring in front of 100,000 people, just like defeated. You know what I mean? Like, so it all depends on how they run it as a storyline. You know, like it could actually be bigger than if he won it at Mania, depending on how they keep the storyline going.
And I think you're 100% right. I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to keep going in SummerSlam. We see it happen. And I think, I can't remember where SummerSlam is this year. I know they're going to the UK for one, but I don't think it's that. I think that's Money in the Bank. But man, that crowd when Roman got the 3 count and realizing Cody didn't win, it was kind of just oh. And I mean, showing Brandy and him holding the baby and kissing the baby before the match, it was like, come on, how are you not going to give this to him? But it's WWE. Should know better, but holy shit. But a hell of a match. Hell of a match. What do you, when you see something like that, knowing that you worked with both these guys, you know both these guys, and you see them at this level putting on, by far, especially Roman, the best storyline in wrestling for the last year and a half, and probably one of the best matches on a Mania card in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it's just awesome to see that they actually allow them to actually tell a story, because we talked about this years ago that they would always just throw wrestlers together in matches. And, you know, it's good to get invested and to actually want to watch Mania because of the storytelling and because you're invested in watching the match to see the outcome, because you know the story, you know the back history, you know everything that's built up to this huge match in front of 100,000 people in LA. You know, it's crazy just to think about the magnitude of that. And then, you know, not getting the win. It's crazy.
Man. Great show, though. Again, great show. Also, have to mention real quick in that Ray match, we didn't mention this, but Bad Bunny getting involved. Is
Yes.
that where Dominic Mysterio's feud's headed now? They're going down to Backlash and in one of your favorite places, right? Puerto Rico?
Mm, I guess so. That's where they're having it.
That's where Backlash is in May.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that the Puerto Rico Convention Center. Bad Bunny will be the host. That's why I'm saying it appears we're going to see Bad Bunny get in the ring with Dominic Mysterio, which is that's another guy that it's like he did really good in his only match. Nobody can say Bad Bunny didn't do good last year at WrestleMania. If you do, you're a liar. That's just not true. Like he did good. So it'll be real interesting to see. Also, Ray
Not
Rudd.
only that is that he doesn't even have to do it. Like, I don't think people realize how famous, how much money, how many records. He is the number one downloaded artist in the whole entire world. Has been downloaded more times than anybody else in the world. He is a mega superstar. People don't even realize that. Now, people like he's huge in the US, but you gotta forget, don't forget that he is Latin. So in the Latin culture, all those Latin countries,
Mhm.
he's huge over there. So that demographic he murders. And then in the US, he's huge in the US. Everyone knows who he is. So he is just murdering in the game. I mean, that guy, I mean, and his music's really good. I like Bad
Mhm.
Bunny. I actually
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, he's really good. And like you said, he doesn't have to be there. He's doing this because he's a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a wrestling fan
He grew
who,
up in Puerto Rico watching Carlos Colon and watching
right?
all those people that wrestled down there. My dad.
Like that's the thing. Like with people like him, it's like I get it. Like if I all of a sudden came into money and fame, like I would, of course, try to be like I want to be around wrestling though because I'm a huge fan. You know what I mean?
Look at Mike Tyson. I mean, look at,
Well, even yeah, George Kittle, Pat McAfee, like all these guys were fans.
Lawrence Taylor.
LT baby, I love that. Loved Lawrence Taylor.
I actually have the chair that he broke on Bam Bam Bigelow's head.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The original chair that he broke at SummerSlam on Bam Bam Bigelow's head. I
Oh
have
my god.
that. I have that chair.
I want to see that someday. That's
That's at
freaking
my mom's house.
amazing. Oh, I want to. That's amazing, dude. That I remember watching that. Salt and Pepper sang him to the ring, and I remember that, dude.
My dad wrestled Buffalo Love Sponge for the dark match.
Who?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I
He was
thought
a
that's
huge
what you said.
radio
Yeah.
star jockey back in the day.
Okay. I thought that's what you said. Well, famous for his friendship with Hulk Hogan. If you don't know who he is, otherwise.
You know, and he was also more famous back in the day because he had a huge radio station.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I was in radio. Yeah, Bubba the Lone Spudge was up there with what Cowhead and
Yep, all that was
all
on
those.
the show.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, so Mania was fun. It was a good time. Let me ask you this: what would have you done different in that Mysterio match? You said you didn't like the ending. How would you have booked it?
Dominic over,
Yeah,
but they'll probably drag that out to SummerSlam.
I thought for some reason when they did it, the mom slapping him was pretty anticlimactic, and I thought that should have been a bigger thing because she held back from hitting him so long now. But whatever. What do I know? So it is funny though, right, Wes? Like you have the biggest week in wrestling, you have your biggest 2 nights of the year show wise. We knew what was going on when you see the reports about Vince is down in LA for WrestleMania. Like, of course he's down here. We all knew that this is kind of the time period that they were going to start accepting bids. We know, like, this has all been said. It was common knowledge. So I think a lot of people knew that in the next coming, I don't know if they realized how soon it was going to happen after Mania, but I think everybody knew probably within a week after Mania, we were going to hear something about the potential sailing of WWE, which has been a big rumor and topic for years now. And just each year it becomes more real and a bigger thing. And today it broke the day after Mania. that McMahon agrees to sell to WWE to endeavor to form a 21 billion plus live sports brand with the UFC under the umbrella as well.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now
That's
I haven't
not enough.
heard. That's a shoot, dude. Uh, I haven't heard a lot about this. What I do understand is not Tony, Nick Khan. There's too many Khans in wrestling. How is there too many Khans in wrestling? Nick Khan will still remain CEO or whatever his position is currently. I thought they said Vince is going to be chairman of the board or something again. Triple H is still going to be chief of content and whatever. Obviously, people are taking this as Vince is going to get his hands back on creative. They're trying to say, no, nah, we're not changing that. They talk, or not the talk, but it came out that there is a meeting today at the arena for Raw, which is currently on, or well, on while we were recording this, everybody. And there was a meeting, and talent was told things are not going to change creatively and backstage. That they will not be changing anything on how they are with creative or production.
I've heard that one before.
Right. We all have heard that one before, but that's what they were being told today. What do you think, man? Where do you see this thing going? I mean, obviously, UFC has been doing great still under this Endeavor program. Cafecito break.
He's mad at something.
Mad at something.
As long as it's not me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's something that I can't even predict.
Well, yeah, let me ask you this.
I mean, everything's going to stay the same for at least a year. And then after that year, things will change. You know, like 1 year, give it 1 year, after the next WrestleMania, things will change. It's already changed multiple times. I've seen it backstage. I've seen it by a lot of the legends flying in and flying straight home, not even staying. I can't mention names, but not even staying for like any of the shows, and like just the way they've treating a lot of like the legends and people like that. Like I've known that like it's all about the money now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things have changed because I've heard a lot of things that none of the legends stuck around. Pretty much everybody after the Hall of Fame flew home. No one stuck. And just like you said, Brock was like, I won't be first match, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then I heard like they didn't do the after party like they usually do. They've been canceling a lot of stuff that they used to do a lot, and it's just they're scaling down.
Yeah, shutting that fat before they unload. Exactly. So it will be an interesting couple of years. I think we said this when AEW launched. Like, oh, these next few years are going to be interesting because there's a second kid on the block now. But now, I mean, things have just drastically changed so much over the last couple of years in pro wrestling that, again, what I was going to ask you is being someone who's grown up in this business, right? It's always been around your household, your family, your dad, your uncle, someone who's been around WWE quite a bit their life. Did you ever think, because there's always, for many, many, many years, there's been talk of they'll sell it eventually. But did you ever think we would see the day that WWE would not be owned by the McMahon family?
Yes and no. Maybe if there wasn't a power struggle between Shane and Stephanie, and let Shane take over, it'd probably be a little different. I don't know, but I don't know if that's what he wants. I don't. He started to bringing cable and direct TV to China, and he has he's made his money. He doesn't have to worry about WWE. He's made his money elsewhere. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
a multi-millionaire by himself without WWE. So you know, it, it's sad to see that because you know I don't. I thought they were going to sell to Disney. To be
I
honest
did
with you,
too. I did too.
and I kind of would. I would actually them rather sell to Disney because the what they would do at Disney World and Disneyland, and you know what I mean. Like they would hire way more wrestlers. They would hire like they would have every night, matches at Disney World or Disneyland. Like they would. I don't know. It'd be a lot different. They'd be cool cartoon. I mean, they WWE has done some cartoons, but it'd be nothing to the standards of Disney. Disney puts in everything they got. Their production and artists and everything are the best. So
Yeah,
I would.
Imagineers.
I would have liked to see him go to Disney, but we'll see.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. And especially with Disney, like now kind of accepting adult content too, as far as like, Marvel and how some of those are rated R, the next
Well, I mean,
Deadpool.
Disney also owns ESPN, and ESPN is sometimes a little PG-13. I mean, come
Yep.
on, you watch ESPN. Come
Hmm.
on, when you see uh, that one report, he's always all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, come on
Yeah.
now. Like, ESPN shows fights, shows
Oh yeah.
blood, shows, stuff like that. So you got to think of, okay, like,
And that's another reason why I thought they would go to Disney, because they already have UFC TV
mhm,
rights. Yeah,
exactly.
and that's the next question is what's going to happen with the TV rights, because that's the next big thing is those contracts are coming up. So where will Endeavor go? Will they end up still working? Like
Those,
I could,
those TV contracts are probably already signed,
you think?
100%.
I wonder who, because it's also going to now affect the network. Because if it's not
Because
NBC,
they wouldn't sell a product until like a smart businessman, you wouldn't sell an apartment complex and all your tenants just left, and
yeah,
you're looking for tenants to come in. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Then what are you selling?
yeah.
But if you say, "Hey, I'm going to sell you this. We already got these TV contracts lined up. You got a working machine. You're going to get way more money compared to y'all get your own TV contracts. Do what you want to do."
Hmm.
You gotta look at it like a businessman. A businessman would say they would stop and think, "Nah, I'm gonna line up everything, get it all, all the TV contracts all lined up on the board. Da da da. This is how much, whatever." And then approach whoever's buying the company and say, "Hey, I'm giving you a fully functional company that's running, operated, already have TV contracts. You don't have to spend one dime other than what you're paying for the company, but the company's a working machine already and making money."
Hmm.
Compared to if you sell it to you don't have a TV contract, and then people are like, "Well, how do we know WWE is going to be the same, viewership since Vince and everyone left?" Da 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 da. You know what I mean? That's how as a businessman,
Hmm.
that's how I look at it.
Well, and I bet you with being able to sell to Endeavor, they probably just redid what they had because Fox didn't buy it, NBC didn't buy it, so Endeavor bought it. They're a different company, so they can still run on both networks like they are right now with SmackDown and
Exactly.
Fox USA playing Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, wow. Interesting times, y'all. Interesting times in the world of professional wrestling. Man, it is crazy. You know what else I saw this last week, Wes?
Mhm.
It was funny because we were talking about it on our last show, but I have seen that there is um Halloween Horror Night 2024 merchandise already dropping at Universal. So
So that means they must have the houses already. They must have the theme ready already. The
you
houses.
would, I mean, you got to think we're in April, not too long until May, June. I mean, you're only running out. They've got to be starting to work, right? Those things are elaborate, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully you're coming.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll be there. I need to. Yeah, it was like I said, it was a good time. Didn't know how I was gonna like it, but I loved it. So,
Plus, there's been some warm weather. I mean, it's
oh,
good for me, but
dude, and I caught a fish.
yeah.
First fish in like 20 years. Everybody. I mean, it was scary. I don't know what was it.
I think you call this alligator gar.
Yeah, that thing. Scary shit. Pulled it out right away. I said, I ain't touching it. And I ain't scared of fish, but that thing scared the crap out of me. But yeah, man. Yeah, so we'll do some more fishing off the dock. All that
Nice.
good shit. All that good stuff. Yeah, man. You have anything coming up in the next week here you want to promote? Anything?
No, not really, but we do have a guest next week. We have the promoter for GNW of Canada.
Nice.
He's going to drop in and talk to us a little about revamping GNW in Canada and what he's trying to do in Canada with his production and seeing who I'm wrestling and all that fun stuff.
Hell yeah. So that's it's gonna be next week. Watch for that episode. I got nothing this week. Check out the 2 Count though on YouTube and Twitch, mainly Twitch. TWO Count, me, my buddy JR, my buddy Top Shelf Tommy. We all hang out Tuesday nights, talk wrestling, and we did a Mania watch along with guest Tim Nella. So check that out. And tomorrow night, check us out. We got Nerd D, incredible rapper out of the Twin Cities, who's also a huge wrestling nerd. So that's going on tomorrow. So check us out. Support us. Please support us here too. Follow us on all of our social medias. Subscribe on the YouTubes and tell everybody what we got going down over here. Because again, we're just getting going, right?
Yep.
Wes has been telling me some of the people he wants to have on the show. It's going to be fun, everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned. Well, happy end of WrestleMania week to y'all, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Big Ace for Wes. We'll see you later.
Peace.